Starting this job was like a dream come true. Fresh out of college, with big ideas and a heart full of enthusiasm, I imagined myself making a real impact. I wasn't just here to work. I was here to change things, to bring fresh perspectives and, well, maybe even change the world. I mean, I'm passionate, driven, optimistic. Everything a company could want in a new hire, right? But no one warned me that the reality of the corporate world could be so complicated. In my first week, everything was so fast. I was absorbing, learning, soaking up every piece of advice. I even made a list of goals. Help streamline processes, bring in fresh ideas, and be a team player. I wanted to stand out, to show that I was ready to make a difference. And then, just a few weeks in, things started to change. I noticed something in the way certain decisions were made, something I hadn't anticipated. Sometimes efficiency seemed more important than fairness, and targets more valued than teamwork. People seemed to avoid talking about the why behind what we did. I remember this one project. I was tasked with reviewing reports on how we handled specific client complaints. It looked straightforward at first, but as I dug deeper, I realized something unsettling. A lot of these issues weren't really being resolved. They were just handled on the surface, marked as done, but the root cause was never addressed. I wanted to bring this up in a meeting, to push for real solutions. I could practically feel my voice cracking as I finally said it out loud. Is there a way we can address these issues for the long term instead of just moving them off the list? That's when I noticed the awkward silence. My manager, polite but firm, gave me a look that said, "That's not how we do things here." And that's when I started to understand speaking up wasn't always welcome, especially if it questioned practices that worked on paper but not in reality. I started questioning myself. Was I being too idealistic? Did I misunderstand what this job was about? I even considered staying quiet, just doing what I was told. After all, fitting in seemed easier than standing out. But here's what I've learned, and maybe it's a lesson for anyone feeling the same conflict. Sometimes, staying true to your values means standing in uncomfortable places. It means knowing when to speak up and when to pick your battles. It means understanding that, yes, the corporate world isn't always a perfect match for idealism, but that doesn't mean you should lose your voice. So I started adapting. I learned to pick my battles, focusing on changes I could actually make. Small things like improving team communication or sharing better ways to address client concerns. Instead of confronting the whole system, I tried to work within it. It's not about giving up on your ideals. It's about finding ways to let them grow. And that's something no one taught me in college. If you're a new hire out there, passionate and ready to make a difference, here's my advice. Keep that spark alive, but stay grounded. Accept that some things will challenge you, maybe even disappoint you. But remember, your voice matters. There's a balance between adapting and staying true to who you are, and with time, you'll learn when to push and when to wait. The corporate world may have its flaws, but there are moments where you can still make a real difference. Stay curious, keep growing, and don't let the disillusionment wear you down. Embrace it, reflect on it, use it to fuel your journey, not stop it. Because if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. The world may test your ideals, but only you can decide how much they're worth.